Liam was a bright and energetic 9-year-old boy who saw the world in a unique way. To him, life was filled with incredible colors, vibrant sounds, and endless possibilities. But it was music that truly captivated his heart. Whenever he heard a beat or melody, it felt like magic took over his body. His love for music allowed him to escape into a world where he could express himself freely. On this particular night, Liam's excitement buzzed through him as he prepared to attend a concert featuring one of his favorite stars, Elvis. The moment they entered the arena, Liam's eyes lit up with wonder. Bright lights flashed above, and the crowd erupted with cheers, creating an atmosphere that made even the shyest of souls want to dance. As the concert began, each note of Elvis's music wrapped around Liam like a warm hug. He felt the rhythm calling to him, urging him to move and let go. Before he knew it, he had jumped out of his seat and was making his way down the aisle. With each step, his joy poured out in spins and twirls that only a child could create. To Liam, nothing else mattered. All he knew was that he adored the music and wanted to celebrate it with every fiber of his being. His parents watched from their seats, pride filling their hearts as they saw their son embrace the moment. They understood that this was not just about dancing, it was about Liam being true to who he was. They hoped for nothing more than for him to feel accepted in a world that sometimes overlooked those who were different. Little did they know that this night would hold a surprise far beyond their wildest dreams. As the lights dimmed in the arena, a wave of excitement swept through the crowd, creating an electric atmosphere. Fans of all ages filled the seats, their voices blending into a chorus of anticipation. Colorful lights danced across the stage, illuminating faces filled with joy and wonder. Liam could hardly contain his excitement as he took in the vibrant scene around him. The music began to play, and a powerful beat pulsed through the air, making everyone's hearts race. The energy was contagious. Fans clapped their hands, swayed to the rhythm, and sang along with every note. It felt as though the entire arena was one big, happy family united by the magic of Elvis's songs. Liam smiled wide, feeling that he was part of something much bigger than himself. Each strum of the guitar and every note from Elvis reached deep into Liam's soul. He could hear the lively harmonies weaving through the air like ribbons of sound, tugging gently at his heart. For Liam, music was more than just notes strung together. It was a door to a world where he felt understood and free. Surrounded by cheering fans and bright lights that twinkled like stars, Liam's heart soared higher with each passing moment of the performance. People stood up, raising their arms in excitement as Elvis moved across the stage, connecting with each person in the crowd. Laughter and cheers echoed off the walls, filling the space with a warmth that wrapped around Liam like a cozy blanket. In this moment, he felt invincible and alive, ready to express himself without fear or hesitation. Little did he know that this joyful environment would soon inspire him to take a leap of faith, one that would change everything for him and everyone watching. As Elvis's music filled the air, Liam felt a rush of emotions flooding through him. The beats pulsated like a heartbeat, and each note seemed to dance around him. It was as if the music unlocked a joyful part of him that had been waiting to burst free. In that very moment, all his worries faded away. There were no barriers or judgments, just pure, unfiltered happiness. With an infectious smile lighting up his face, Liam couldn't contain himself any longer. He hopped out of his seat and let the rhythm guide his movements. The aisle became his personal stage, where he twirled and spun with unrestrained delight, his arms outstretched like a bird ready to take flight. His dancing was spontaneous and genuine. Every spin and leap expressed the joy bubbling inside him. The crowd around him began to notice this joyful display. Some cheered and clapped along with the music, while others watched in awe at the pure emotion radiating from Liam. He was not just dancing, he was sharing his love for music with everyone around him. To Liam, it felt like the entire world had come alive in harmony with him. His laughter rang through the arena as he danced, each movement reflecting a blissful connection to the moment and to himself. There were no thoughts of what others might think, just an open heart immersed in sheer joy. For Liam, this was freedom, freedom to be himself without any reservations. As he continued down the aisle, Liam felt like he was floating on air. The cheers of the crowd surrounded him like a gentle tide of support. He embraced every part of this experience, fully aware that tonight would be a memory that he would carry with him forever, a moment where he truly felt alive and accepted for who he was. As Liam danced joyfully down the aisle, his laughter and movements filled the arena with an infectious energy. However, not everyone understood the purity of his expression. A few members of security, noticing Liam's exuberance, exchanged concerned glances and approached him. They misinterpreted his spontaneous dancing as disruptive behavior that needed to be controlled. "Hey, buddy! You can't do that here," one of the guards said firmly, trying to gently guide Liam back to his seat. Confusion washed over Liam's face. He didn't understand why anyone would want to stop him from celebrating the music he loved so much. The guard's serious demeanor contrasted sharply with the joyful atmosphere of the concert, and it felt like a sudden cloud had passed over his sunny moment. Meanwhile, Liam's parents watched in distress from their seats. They could see their son's excitement slowly fading as security approached him. It broke their hearts to think that someone might misunderstand Liam's innocent joy and enthusiasm. They wished they could explain that this was simply who he was, full of life and love for music. Just as the situation seemed tense, a familiar figure stepped in. Elvis had noticed what was happening and felt compelled to intervene. The moment he saw Liam being approached by security, he raised a hand and signaled for them to stand down. "Wait!" Elvis called out with a warm smile. "Let him dance! This is what music is all about!" With those words, Elvis stepped off the stage, determined to support Liam in expressing his happiness. The crowd erupted in cheers once more, sensing that something special was about to happen. In that instant, everything shifted. What had begun as a misunderstanding turned into a moment where acceptance and joy would reign supreme. As the tension in the arena began to rise, Elvis stood on stage, his heart sensing the weight of the moment. He could see Liam dancing with pure joy, but he also noticed the concerned faces of security as they approached the young boy. Elvis had always believed in the power of music to bring people together and uplift spirits, so when he saw Liam's innocent enthusiasm being challenged, it stirred something deep within him. Elvis paused mid-song, and for a moment, the spotlight shifted from him to the unfolding scene by the aisle. The cheers of the crowd faded into a hush as everyone turned to see what would happen next. Elvis felt compelled to act. He understood that this was not just about music, but about a child's right to celebrate his happiness. With a warm and inviting smile, Elvis raised his hand to signal the guards to step back. "Hold on!" he called out, his voice steady and reassuring. "This is not how we do things here. Let him dance!" There was passion in his words, and it resonated throughout the arena. He stepped off the stage, with every intention of joining Liam in his joyful celebration. The crowd erupted in applause, their cheers echoing off the walls as they saw their beloved star show such compassion. Elvis made his way toward Liam, who stood frozen in surprise at the sight of him. With each step closer, Elvis radiated warmth and understanding. When he reached Liam, he took a moment to look into the boy's eyes and recognize his joy. "Come on," Elvis said playfully, extending his hand to Liam. "Let's show them how it's done." In that instant, both stars, one from the stage and one from the audience, came together in a beautiful dance filled with laughter and freedom. The entire arena joined in the celebration, creating a moment that would be unforgettable for everyone present. As Elvis stepped off the stage, the energy in the arena shifted dramatically. The crowd watched in awe as their idol descended to join Liam, who stood wide-eyed and surprised. With a reassuring smile, Elvis reached for Liam's hand, inviting him to dance. In that moment, all the tension melted away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of joy and acceptance. Together they began to move to the rhythm of Elvis's music. Liam twirled and spun as if he were floating on air, his laughter ringing out like music itself. Elvis matched his energy, demonstrating kindness and support with every step. The two figures, a legendary performer and a young boy radiant with joy, created a beautiful scene that touched everyone in the audience. Liam's excitement skyrocketed as he danced alongside his hero. For him, it was more than just sharing the stage. It was a moment of pure connection, one that spoke volumes about acceptance in a world that sometimes felt unwelcoming. Each time they moved together, it felt as though they were weaving a tapestry of celebration that enveloped everyone around them. The crowd erupted in cheers, their voices rising like a wave of applause that echoed through the arena. Fans clapped their hands and waved their arms in encouragement, joining in on the celebration of life and joy unfolding before them. In that instant, people from all walks of life became united by the power of music and shared kindness. Liam's parents watched tearfully from their seats, overwhelmed by pride and gratitude as they saw their son experience such unconditional acceptance. They understood that this moment would be forever etched in Liam's heart, a memory filled with happiness beyond words. As Elvis continued to dance with Liam, they both inspired those around them to embrace their uniqueness and celebrate each other's differences freely and openly. As Elvis and Liam danced together, the atmosphere in the arena reached a new peak of excitement. The crowd, once filled with tension, erupted into cheers that echoed throughout the venue. Fans stood on their feet, clapping and shouting in support of the joyful duo. It was as if an invisible thread connected everyone present, binding them together in this moment of celebration. Liam's laughter rang out like pure music, and every clap from the audience seemed to lift him higher. People waved their hands in unison, creating a sea of enthusiasm that rolled through the arena like waves crashing on a shore. The energy was contagious. Even those who had been sitting quietly were now on their feet, joining in the uplifting spirit of acceptance and joy. As Elvis twirled Liam around, he could feel the warmth of support radiating from the crowd. It felt like a family gathering filled with love and understanding, where everyone was invited to join in. Each cheer and applause fueled Liam's confidence, encouraging him to dance even more freely. He felt like he was floating on a cloud of happiness, surrounded by people who embraced him for who he was. The lights above shimmered down on them, highlighting the radiant smiles and shining eyes of both performers and audience members alike. Parents hugged their children tightly, some wiping away tears of joy as they witnessed this special moment unfold before them. They understood that this wasn't just about music or dancing, it was about acceptance and celebrating individuality. In that magical instant, Liam became a symbol of joy for everyone present. The cheers grew louder, echoing off the walls as more people joined in the celebration. The entire arena transformed into a sanctuary of kindness where differences were embraced and celebrated. Together, they created an unforgettable memory, a reminder that love and acceptance have the power to light up even the darkest corners of the world. From their seats in the crowd, Liam's parents watched with hearts full of pride as their son danced joyfully alongside Elvis. In that moment, it felt as if time had stopped just for them, allowing them to soak in the beauty of what was unfolding before their eyes. Their emotions were a mix of joy and relief, knowing that Liam was being embraced by so many people in a way they had always hoped for but seldom witnessed. As the cheers rose from the audience, they exchanged glances filled with unspoken understanding. This was a night they would remember forever. They saw how every clap and shout encouraged Liam to dance even more freely. It warmed their hearts to see him so happy and uninhibited, surrounded by an atmosphere filled with acceptance. Liam's laughter pierced through the noise, echoing off the walls like a sweet melody that resonated deep within them. They could hardly believe how far he had come, knowing how past experiences sometimes left him feeling isolated. Yet here he was, a radiant beacon of joy, captivating everyone around him. The sight of their son sharing such a magical moment with his idol brought tears to their eyes, tears not of sadness but pure happiness. As they wiped away those joyful tears, they noticed other parents doing the same, sharing smiles and hugs with their children while witnessing this heartwarming scene unfold. It reminded them that music has the power to unite people in ways words cannot express. In that arena filled with enthusiastic fans and twinkling lights, Liam's parents felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude that their son was celebrated not just by them, but by an entire community. As Elvis spun Liam around one last time, it became clear to them, tonight was not just about music, it was about love and acceptance, an unforgettable experience etched into both their hearts and Liam's spirit. The magical night had shown everyone present the profound importance of acceptance and understanding, especially for children like Liam who navigate the world with autism. Moments like these, where joy, laughter, and heartfelt connections fill the space, remind us that every child deserves to be celebrated for who they are. As Liam danced freely alongside Elvis, he not only expressed his happiness but also showcased the beauty of individuality. His uninhibited joy resonated with the audience, inspiring them to embrace their own uniqueness and to show kindness to others. The scene was a powerful reminder that acceptance can create a ripple effect. When one child is celebrated, it encourages others to feel safe and confident in expressing themselves. The applause that filled the arena was more than just a response to music. It was a collective affirmation of love and acceptance. Everyone in attendance became part of a larger community, a family brought together by shared experiences, empathy, and compassion. The night served as a testament to what can happen when people choose to uplift rather than judge, fostering an environment where differences are not only accepted but cherished. Parents watching their children dance, cheer, and laugh alongside Liam felt empowered by this moment too. They understood the significance of creating spaces where all children can thrive without fear of misunderstanding or exclusion. In a world that often overlooks those who are different, nights like this shine a bright light on the need for empathy. As Liam's laughter echoed through the arena, it reminded everyone that every child has their own rhythm and story to tell. This experience would inspire others to champion inclusion and kindness in their own lives, ensuring that every child, regardless of their challenges, feels valued and celebrated. It was a night to remember, filled with love and hope for a more accepting future for all children. As the concert came to a close, the echoes of laughter and applause still filled the arena, creating an atmosphere brimming with joy and acceptance. The evening had woven together the threads of music, dance, and community in a way that left a lasting impression on everyone present. Liam's journey from the aisle to the stage was not just a personal triumph, it was a celebration of individuality that resonated deeply within the hearts of all who witnessed it. Through the rhythm of Elvis's songs and the spirited movements of Liam, the night showcased how powerful music can be in uniting people. It served as a reminder that everyone, regardless of their differences, has a place in this world where they can shine. Dance was not merely a form of expression for Liam. It was a bridge that connected him to others, inviting them to join in his happiness and celebrate together. The supportive cheers from the audience transformed the concert into more than just an entertainment event. It became a gathering of souls embracing one another's uniqueness and celebrating life. Parents hugged their children tightly, inspired by the spirit of acceptance surrounding them. They were encouraged to foster environments where every child feels valued and encourages open-hearted connections. As the lights dimmed and the final notes of Elvis's music echoed through the venue, it became clear that this night was about much more than just a concert. It was about building community through shared experiences. Moments like these have the power to inspire change, reminding everyone that kindness and understanding can create an inclusive world where differences are celebrated rather than overlooked. In a society often quick to judge, this magical evening highlighted how important it is to embrace one another, fostering love and compassion. As they left the arena, there was a palpable sense of hope that music would continue to kindle acceptance and friendship among all people, creating a brighter future for generations to come.